time. Queer times.
Welcome to Queer Times. I'm Kristen Becker.
And I'm Harrison Fish.
The end.
Yeah.
How are you? Well, you go first.
Okay. I'm good.
Yeah?
You?
I'm great.
Good.
It's the first day of football season.
Football.
Yeah, American style. Men in very tight pants.
Yeah, that's true. I am willing to watch a football game if they're wearing white. No, it was actually a scandal. I want to say it was like in the early 2010s when they switched from Champion to Nike.
Thinner
and
material.
Nike really was like, let's give the gays everything they want.
No, they do. They give the gays everything they want, and cups no more.
Yeah, because I can see it.
Which to me is crazy, and maybe you can help me understand the peni a little bit more. But as I've always understood it, the sensitive things, but not as sensitive as the bulls.
Yeah, the penis isn't particularly sensitive. Ball's sensitive.
Ball sensitive.
Yeah.
Why the cup in the first place? To protect the penis.
Yeah.
And the balls. Do the balls go into the cup?
Just the balls, mostly. Yeah.
Just the balls go into the cup?
No, they both go in it, but it's to protect the balls.
Okay.
Not the penis.
Either way.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that the NFL, like, I don't know if it's like a gentleman's agreement that you don't flick each other in the dicks or like what, or like are people, I don't know. But as far as 4 gay men goes, I could probably pick out starting quarterbacks' dicks from a blind lineup. Like, honestly, just from watching football.
Well, quarterbacks don't take a lot of physicality.
A lot of hits. No, I know. But I guess those are the ones I see. But I could tell you Stefon Diggs' dick. He now plays for the Patriots. He was like notoriously Big Dick Diggs.
Ooh,
and
what's this person's name?
Stefon Diggs. He's dating Cardi B, so you probably even have a chance.
Ooh, he's very handsome.
And he's into fashion. He's always given a bi vibe, maybe because he's into fashion and is dating Cardi B, but...
Am I going to have to Google bulge?
Yeah, but it'll come up. See what I did there?
Yes, it did.
So there is something for the gays in the NFL.
Fine.
Oh, I found the Tumblr Stefon Diggs booty and bulge page.
Hot.
And, in the same way that with most things... It's not the thing we hate, it's the homophobia surrounding the thing that we hate. I'm excited to open up the NFL to people who might want to watch. Britta and I are talking about doing a little viewing party, maybe at the brewing company.
Work.
Yeah.
Didn't the NFL just cut ties with a queer rights organization? Yeah, I think I saw that.
You're going to ruin this for me, aren't you?
I know, but the Philadelphia Eagles head coach made a statement and was like, abso-fucking-lutely not.
Oh, okay. So it's okay then, right?
Well, just that one guy.
That's not what I needed on my opening day, Harrison.
I'm sorry.
I did not need that.
Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, he's the Eagles coach, and he's like, that will be the wrong side of history.
Yeah.
And let's see how it goes.
Yeah, he basically was like, no, football is for literally everyone, and we're not going to start excluding people.
And that, I think, will be the general tone of everybody. And let me be clear about something. I am not a fan of football, and this is something that I've learned in recent years. So I grew up living in Buffalo, moving to Louisiana. The Bills were like a way to connect with where I came from, right? Mm-hmm. And it's still a similar thing with me with New Orleans, where like if there's a Saints game, it's this way to connect with a community you used to be a part of that you can access from anywhere, and you can text your friends who are probably also watching it and be in a real life or a real time thing that's happening and share those experiences with people. And that is what I've learned, because I'll be honest with you, KT, not a fan of football. Had an ex who was like a toxic Pats fan. And so like
plenty of those.
Exactly, right? Like the kind of person who like throws things when they lose. I don't know if he did that, but you know what I mean? Like just somebody who like took it too seriously. And when we met, I was like, I'm not into the NFL. Because at the time I wasn't. I had just left Buffalo, and I had left there such a broken creature from the breakup and like all these things that I didn't. And the NFL was having a lot of like, oh, this guy's hitting women, and like a lot of abuse and a lot of like unfair wages for the players and all the things, right? And I was like, I don't really do football when we met. And then I've lived here for a long time now. And then the Bills started winning, and all my friends got excited, and my sister got excited. And I was like, oh, I'm going to get excited with you guys, right? And so that's how we are where we are. It is a nostalgic connection. But I find right now, I need a fucking distraction from the world.
No, I get it.
And it is the one that I know the players.
Mhm.
And I can text my friends every morning. I text 3 friends today, like, go Bills, and they all responded with gifts.
Cute.
Do you know what I mean?
My dad's fantasy quarterback is the one from the Bills.
Is Josh Allen?
Yes.
Your dad has great taste.
Great.
And did he lucked out and got Josh Allen in the fantasy draft? That's incredible.
I have no idea. I don't
great.
know any of it. Works.
Tell your dad to come watch football with me.
No, exactly. No, and he told me, I was like, oh, Kristen's a big Buffalo fan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's how, So I definitely problematic.
Yeah,
for
we'll
sure.
get there though.
We don't have a women's football league yet. So, I mean, we do, but it's small.
Yeah.
If you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, and share this podcast with your friends.
Share it on your Instagram. Tell your friends you love it. Can we stay on sports for a hot minute?
Yeah, of course.
So this past week, the WNBA is winding down. There's a few teams still not sure if they're going to make playoffs or now, but it's winding down.
Who is in the playoffs? Do you know?
Yeah.
Sorry, after.
Yeah, Minnesota Lynx, Liberty, Phoenix, Atlanta, the Golden State Valkyries, which is the first time a first-year expansion team has ever made it.
Nice. Fever?
They're on the bubble.
Okay.
The Fever, the Seattle, and the Sparks are on the bubble. Connecticut, Dallas, and Chicago are all gone, which leads me to what I wanted to talk about. So Chicago had a very bad year.
Okay.
They did not do well. And in the Chicago Tribune that was published this past on September 3rd, Angel Reese did an interview and she openly criticized the Chicago Sky's players and also their front office. She said, I'm not settling for the same shit we did this year. We have to get good players. We have to get great players. That's a non-negotiable for me. I'm willing and wanting to play with the best, and however I can help to get the best here. That's what I'm going to do in this offseason. She did single out Courtney Vandersloot, said we can't rely on Courtney to come back. She's 37 and she did tear her ACL. She said she wants to complete her career at Chicago, but she'll move in a different direction if that's what's best for me and if team dynamics don't improve.
Now you are and have been an Angel Reese stan.
I love Angel Reese.
And what are your thoughts about this? Do you think that, number one, that's an appropriate thing she's a second-year player?
Yeah.
And do you think that this is okay?
I think it is okay. I think she was making an observation about Courtney Vandersloot being 37. I'm 37 as well. And they can't rely on her to come back. Like those injuries take a year to a year and a half. I think it's one of those observations that she made, but maybe shouldn't have said.
But, I wasn't even just meaning that. I meant in general, do you think that it's an appropriate thing for a player to shit on other people on their team?
I mean, the Chicago Sky, like, no, I don't think that is appropriate. But I do think it's okay. I don't think, as much as she's saying we need better players here, I don't think she's necessarily singling anyone out. Okay. All
right. Okay, hold on. You're at a job, right? And it's a busy Saturday night. And you're like, the boss comes to you afterwards, let's say, and it's like, hey, like, wow, there was a really long line of people getting drinks. Why was the line so long? Could you imagine just being like, well, if we could get some other bartenders in here, then the line would that be a problem?
I mean, it sounds like something I've said before. But no, I understand what you're saying. But the Chicago Sky just has like a litany of past players that they've screwed over that have, like, last year, Marina Mabry demanded a trade. Like, people are constantly trying to leave this horrible, horrible organization.
Okay.
The Chicago Sky is one of the worst organizations. They have one of the worst practice facilities. They're just like not a good team. And they have Angel Reese now, and it just seems like they're not trying to be competitive.
I see. So what you're saying is she's actually truth to power right now. And
they traded away their first round draft pick to the Minnesota Lynx. Like, they don't even have a first round draft pick next year.
Who did they trade for?
I can't remember. Maybe Kaya Stokes.
Well, that's not a good sign. If you trade your first round draft pick for somebody
exactly.
that a huge fan of the WNBA cannot remember who they are, that's a problem.
But I feel like this, they did then suspend Angel Reese for the first half of a game. The direct quote is statements detrimental to the team.
I mean, it's definitely not conducive to a team sport.
Yeah, but nor is sitting your best player to like punish them.
I'm torn on that one.
Well, she made the statement statement. She was already suspended from the next game because she got her 8th technical foul. And once you get 8 technical fouls, you have to sit out a game.
Oh, and that's why I never played basketball, by the way.
Rachel Bannum was one of the ones who seemingly took a lot of offense to the statements that Angel Reese made. In that game that Angel Reese had to sit out, they lost by over 20 points, and Rachel Bannum scored 0 points. So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you can say it was inappropriate for her to say all those things, but none of it's untrue.
And honestly, the more they prove her point for her, maybe even the better.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can she request a trade?
You can request a trade. Marina Mabry requested a trade from the Connecticut Sun at the beginning of this season, and they were like, no.
But if Angel Reese keeps this up, she'll get her trade. And I think that's what this is about. I think this is about her being like, all right, well, I'm going to say what's true. And the worst thing that can happen to me is either, number one, I conserve my body and not beat myself up on a losing team, or number two, I get traded to a different team.
Yeah. And
she's a high value item. So
yeah. And she won't get traded to a worse team.
Oh, burn.
I feel like it also goes to show you how the problem with the NBA being so involved in the WNBA is they think the WNBA is the same as the NBA. And I think one of the biggest differences is the way the fandom works.
Okay.
You're a Buffalo fan.
Yes.
You're going to be a fan of the Buffalo players generally.
Generally, yes.
And if they were to get traded to somewhere else, would you then become wherever they got traded to fan, or you're
Correct.
still a Buffalo fan?
No, I would remain a Buffalo fan with soft places in my heart.
Right.
Like Mac Holland now plays for the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
So now I live in Patriot Nation and I have to watch games with my friends who are Patriots fans, I can just root for Mac Holland.
Yeah. And I think the biggest difference with the NBA compared to the WNBA is exactly that. NBA fans, like, if you're a Boston Celtics fan, you're a Boston Celtics fan no matter who's on the team, no matter who comes to the team, no matter who leaves the team. You're a fan of who is on the team at that moment. And I think the WNBA is so different because there's so many fewer teams. Like, we live in Massachusetts, like, sure, we could root for Connecticut, but there's the geographical locations of the team covers so much area that there isn't this like, oh, it's my hometown team. People are fans of players. And I would say the majority of the Chicago fans right now are Angel Reese fans.
Okay.
And if Angel Reese goes somewhere else, they're not Chicago Sky fans anymore.
Correct.
I root for the Chicago Sky because I like Angel Reese. And if Angel Reese went somewhere else, I would have no reason to root for the Chicago Sky anymore. I kind of do hope she goes somewhere else. I'm hoping either Dallas, because I think she'd be so good with Paige Beckers. I think they need a lot of energy in the paint, which she would bring to it. Or the Valkyries, because I am soon relocating to San Francisco. As much as I like the team, I like the program, there's no players that really stick out to me that I would be a fan of. They're all fantastic, not to say for any reason, but if she went there, I'd be very excited to root for the Valkyries. And
I think we could. I think this is what we start right now. You know, I'm a big fan of manifesting what you need to see in this world. And what we need is for Angel Reese to go to the Valkyries.
Yeah, for me and Angel to move to San Francisco.
What's her take on the LGBTQ community?
She's cool.
She's cool?
Yeah.
Well, I wish that for you.
Me too.
I would like to talk to you about something.
Okay.
Are we going to try to watch some WNBA playoffs?
We should.
We should have a Queer Times. We're going to watch Basketball Party.
The first round of playoffs are scheduled for September 14th.
Before we get to Sniffies, because I want to, because I have been enlightened.
You have questions.
I have so many questions, and I think that this is why there's such a divide in our communities, is that we don't really understand each other. You know what I mean? Have you heard of rightofcenterevents.com?
So I have.
Yeah.
Because I looked up what you wanted to talk about today. This is crazy. I mean, not crazy. It's to be expected.
Introducing Right of Center Events, a new travel concept for the conservative, gay, and lesbian traveler. Only the gay and lesbian traveler, just to be clear.
Specifically that.
Their friends and admirers. You can bring your dad on this cruise, is what I feel like it says.
Yeah.
If you go to the About, it says that Right of Center Events is located in St. Petersburg, Florida, and caters to the conservative, gay, and lesbian community. With over 40 years of event planning experience, ROC Events promises fun, exciting, and memorable vacations and excursions with any worry of awkward conversations or feeling the need to silence speech. You're traveling with those who think like you and love their country. Get out your red baseball caps, flip-flops, and sunglasses because the time has come for us to celebrate. Our first adventure is a 5-night cruise on Celebrity Cruises Summit. We'll be making vacations great again for all. And I think that's the part where I have no problem with conservatives.
Mm-hmm.
What this movement of make America insert whatever, make whatever great again, make vacations great again, make America healthy again, whatever, any of that is not conservatism. And that's the part where I'm really like, you're giving conservative LGBTQ folks a bad name. Conservative LGBTQ folks are just capitalists that don't want to pay a bunch of taxes, not whatever this culty thing is.
Right. The first event is a partnership between Right of Center Productions with involvement from the Log Cabin Republicans, which is obviously a longtime organization for queer conservatives. I'm sorry, LGBTQ plus conservatives. And so their first ever cruise is happening on April 4th to April 9th, 2026. If you want to go, get your tickets now.
Harrison, let's go.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, Chad, can we? Oh my God, let's go.
Yeah, let's do Queer Times from
go and report live. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. It's April.
Scary.
It's not the thing about these people I say
these people.
But if you just, oh my God, and it's all the worst TikTok personalities who are like, I'm a normal gay. Like that's literally when I look at like their social influential guests. I think we should go and dress to impress. As long as you have a red hat on, they'll just assume you're one of them. And that is because the telling part about us isn't our politics, it's our gayness. And in the mainstream society, our gayness indicates that we believe one way or another, right? Whereas something like this, I will blend right in. Let me tell you what. I'm going to put a little red hat on. It could literally say fuck Trump and they would not see it.
Right.
Because they would just see me who looks like I don't believe there should be a B or a T in the, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I give off turf, so I can blend in.
Right. Me too. You don't think I could blend in?
You have camo. We just have to get you Walmart camo and then not Abercrombie camo.
And probably
the
nails got to go.
I don't think so. I feel like if I
don't think the nails are very normal gay guy.
I think if they're American flag nails, they are.
Ooh.
And I think we could do that. I think we could. Let's cosplay as conservatives and go on a cruise with the most boring people we've ever met.
Right. So there are 2 notable guest speakers.
Okay.
One of which is Brandon Straka, who is the founder of the #WalkAway campaign. Basically, his story is he was a hairdresser in New York. He was trying to pursue an acting career. He worked as a hairstylist, and then he entered politics. And basically, in 2018, just before the midterm elections, he started this movement of the Walk Away campaign, which was basically suggesting that queer people should walk away from the Liberal Party, the Democratic Party. And he basically started this huge campaign and is now a social media influencer for the right.
I honestly, and I say this with no satire, applaud diversity in our community. And by that, I mean, I am not going to tell another queer person what they need to believe. And I'm glad that the movement of LGB, I guess that's all, LG, is expanding. I think it's interesting that what they're saying at this point, right? Like, because obviously they don't care about their own rights, but I feel like it just is like, oh, so you hate immigrants. Like, I think that's really what it boils down to.
It's also very pick me. It's like the gay community, they feel ostracized from the gay community because they're not six-packed or they don't love Lady Gaga. They feel excluded for when they go to gay nightclubs. So they say like, oh, I'm better than all that.
But doesn't that say something though? Like, when our community, we live in Provincetown, our community is for all LGBTQ people, right? And it's not. Right. And there are not offerings for people who aren't those things. And we complain about that. I've been complaining about it since I walked in the door today and why we want to open a space and why we want to. There is some truth to the fact that a large percentage of what our queer destinations or LGBTQ destinations are built for one very specific type of person. And if we don't start to create space for the variances within our own identities, this is what's going to happen. They're going to feel more connected to people. I just feel like we are lacking in diversity in the way that we represent our own people. So I'm not shocked that there is a cruise full of people who are like, I actually don't want to see your dicks.
I think they're still looking at each other's dicks.
I don't think so. No, but they're doing it in the shame of their own room.
Right.
And that's where they like to look at dicks, right? Like, I think
there's no underwear party on the gay cruise.
I bet. Oh my God. Wait, I found the agenda. Hold on. Is that what a cocktail party is?
No, that's not what a cocktail party is, unfortunately. There's the other notable person on the cruise is Ariel Scarcella.
Yeah, she's a TikTok person.
Yeah, and she's a TERF.
And so is Melissa Vitelli. They got famous by being like, I'm a normal gay.
I don't understand those trans people. Yeah, she's basically known for her widespread criticism of trans inclusionary views.
I just think it's important to recognize that there are all sorts of gays, and some of them will vote against their own rights vehemently. And I think that's the part that I struggle with is like, y'all realize that they're not just gonna go after trans folks. So rightofcenterevents.com, if you find yourself to be a little right of center.
If you're interested
in, listen, we are called Queer Times, and maybe we have people who are more conservative and they would like to go on a cruise and not run into, I bet you there's not even poppers on this cruise. I bet you it's all Coors Light and White Claw.
Normal.
What normal Americans drink.
I wonder how the Sniffies events will happen on this boat cruise.
Do you think that there will be Sniffies events on this boat cruise?
Who knows? So Kristen texted me the other night and she was like, I just found out about Sniffies, which I was shocked because I feel like I must have told you about Sniffies.
No, let me be clear. I've heard about Sniffies. I knew that Sniffies existed. I knew that it was a thing. I definitely thought it might be for, it definitely feels more raw than Grindr. So I was like, oh, this is a fuck fest, right? Like, and I did assume someone was smelling underwear somewhere. But anyway, what I didn't know is no one was ever like, and honestly, I don't know why you weren't, was never like, look at it. And then when I looked at it, I realized why no one in this tiny town of ours was ever like, look at it. No, thought I wanted to look at it. I used to drive a cab. I know where all you motherfuckers live.
Right. So basically, there are a few gay hookup apps. The main one is Grindr.
The lesbians have one too. We have the ASPCA. I'm kidding.
I'm like, pardon?
No, wait, no, that sounded weird. That sounded like bestiality and not where we would go to meet each other. Okay, anyway.
So Grindr is the main one. It's kind of the catch-all. It's kind of, Grindr's very soulless, I feel. I just feel like everyone's on it. And it is a location-based dating app. So the first person you see on the grid is the closest person to you. And as you go, they go farther away.
And that is how it was described to me.
What? Grindr.
Yeah.
So basically, Scruff is another big one, and basically Scruff is, the idea was that it was for like burlier bears, but it's kind of, that kind of identity has fallen away, and it's just like Scruff and Grindr are both like the two main ones, and then there are multiple other ones that are more niche oriented, and then a few years ago, Sniffies really came into the forefront and has kind of quickly risen to the top, in my opinion.
I read the article that you sent me today, and it feels as though this is harkening back to that, like when you're on Grindr, you have to small talk to get a dick. And that what Sniffies is supposed to do is you're gonna fuck.
Yeah.
You know you're gonna fuck. You know you're gonna fuck the minute you show up. People can also, you can find a cluster of people under a dock somewhere. Tell me more. I can't.
So basically, Sniffies was. Do you know what cruising is?
I do.
Okay.
But maybe give a short little rundown for our
cruising
listeners.
is a long-standing tradition specifically for gay men in which I mean, because of the world we live in, because of the society we live in, closeted gay men or just gay men in general would cruise, which is basically they would go to an understood location, making eyes at someone, making long eye contact, and then hooking up.
So is it, I read somewhere that the general code would be walk by somebody, make eye contact, look back. If both people are looking back, you're onto something.
Yeah.
If you both turn around, let's go fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. And
So-
that seems like an understood
Yeah.
clue.
So basically, the big Sniffies was created to basically digitize cruising. And the biggest difference with Sniffies as opposed to Grindr or Scruff is that Grindr and Scruff are both location based, where Sniffies is also location based, but map based. Where Grindr, like I said, is just the closest person to you, and then it just goes farther away. When you open Sniffies, it is a map. On the map is icons of where people are. And obviously, it's a rough approximation of where people are for safety, but generally where you are. And basically, the idea is, because like classic cruising is like, oh, you're in the same park, you make eyes at each other. This cruising is like, oh, you can check in at the gym, or if there's a known cruising spot, like here in Provincetown, there's the Dick Dock, which is a known cruising spot. There's a you can check into the location. You can say you're going to be in there in 20 minutes so that other people can then join you. It's basically like it takes cruising into your phone.
I didn't know you could do that part. Be
Mhm.
like, hey, me and the stick are heading down here.
Yeah, you can be like, I'm going to head to the Dick Dock in 20 minutes, and you can like let people, you can check in, and then it'll say like this person's going to be there in 20 minutes so that you can join them.
I enjoy the honesty about what's happening, and I enjoy the ability to share information with a stranger regarding sexual health. I think that's, and kinks.
Mhm.
And like the idea that you can remove all of the small talk
Mhm.
so that the actual interaction just gets to be that thing that used to happen before we heard about consent. Do you know what I mean? Like it
Right.
used to be that thing
There's
where
consent.
no,
Yeah.
there is, but it happens before you, like, I feel like because the profiles are so, number one, these are my kinks, this is what I'm into, this is what I'm not into, this is, I'm not gonna do drugs, or I am gonna do drugs, and this is the last time I was tested,
Mhm.
assuming that all people are being fair and honest here. What a fun way to handle that part
Mm.
before ever meeting somebody.
Right.
And I think that's cool. I think it's cool to be able to know without having to have that conversation, because that conversation creates a connection you might not want, right? Like having to have that talk is a vulnerable talk.
Mhm.
But if you can just say this, this, and this, and then this is what my dick looks like. I will say this. I was not prepared for just dick and hole, but
Yeah.
mostly just dick and hole photos. And what happens? What if it's a butterface? Like, it doesn't matter because you're a dude. And I think this is the main difference.
It matters to me.
Does it though? Not every time.
Often.
But that's the only part that was blowing my mind.
Well,
was
since
like,
you mentioned the another huge difference between Sniffies and Grindr is you are not allowed. You can obviously exchange nudes within the chat on Grindr, but you are not allowed to have nudity in any of your public pictures. Where Sniffies, you can have anything in your public pictures. So often, most of the time, people's profile pictures are their nudes, which I also think adds an interesting aspect to it, because I'm judgmental.
I'm listening.
And I often don't care to hook up with certain types of gay guys.
And when you say certain types of gay guys, do you mean politically?
Not politically, but like living in Provincetown, I experience a lot of gay people. So generally, I guess I tend to be judgmental and stereotype guys. But like, if someone reaches out to me on Grindr and they're in like on a boat in a polo shirt with khaki shorts and boat shoes and like an Apple Watch.
Oh, they're on the right of center cruise.
Well, maybe. But like also that's just like not my vibe.
Right.
You know? But if that same person was just a picture of their beautiful penis in their bedroom, I would like it even takes out that aspect of it of like
What the signaling?
Yeah.
Like the social signaling of who or what they might be.
Yeah, there's like it takes most of the personality out of it, which in Grindr there still is like a personality aspect of it.
But I think in Grindr there's a personality aspect, and correct me if I'm wrong because this is not my area, but a personality aspect because there's expectation of communication and possible relationship or date building versus we're here to fuck. And what matters when we fuck is what your hole looks like, what my dick looks like, and wherever those two shall meet.
Amongst other things.
I know.
Yeah.
I did make it very basic, but
I also think that Grindr to me is like you ask people what they're into on Grindr and they're like, I'm verse. But you ask people what they're into on Sniffies, and there's kind of more of an expectation of like, I'm going to be open, honest, and upfront. I'm not saying those other people aren't being honest, but I think people on Sniffies tend to be more in touch with what they're specifically looking for.
Right.
And there also is a more comfortableness of being like, this is what I'm looking for, and I'm not going to scare these people away because they know what they might not be into it, but they're not going to be like, Jesus, this freak.
There's a lot of discussion about Boy Beach
Mm,
and who should be in those spaces.
mm.
Should I be on Sniffies?
No. I mean, you could be on Sniffies. I mean, I'm shocked by how many people are like, I'm bi on Sniffies. And I'm just like, work, I guess. But
I'm shocked at the rate at which new people pop up just watching the map. Like the rate at which people check in.
It's becoming very popular, yeah.
The way they've managed to capture that feeling of cruising.
Sniffies, I will say, I had a friend who, when I was first getting into, he's like, I love Sniffies, and I don't use it to hook up, but I use it to find public bathrooms in Manhattan.
Because there'll be
because often public bathrooms become cruising spots. So
right.
Cruising spots, if a bathroom is listed as a cruising spot, you know it's a public bathroom.
Right.
And honestly, I was road tripping from Florida to Provincetown this past spring, and it was much easier to find the next rest stop on Sniffies than it was on any map. Like, you can't just go on Google Maps and like be like, what's the next rest stop on my route?
What a life you live.
I would get on
you're on a road trip and you're like, you know what? My dick needs a tug. And you can literally just be like, I wonder where the nearest bathroom is and if anyone's in there tugging dicks.
Yeah.
That is a level of privilege that I really think
100%.
I'm happy you have it.
Me too.
But I do think it's something that not a lot of people realize how much fucking men do. And I think all the more reason why we should abolish traditional marriage and we should have men doing whatever they want to. I don't know. I just feel like maybe it's just about going back to women raising the babies and the men fucking in the like,
Roman times.
Roman times. But bi men, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's bi.
Yeah.
Are you bi?
No.
Me neither. I wish I was.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
It seems to me like the highest form of evolution.
Mm-hmm.
That like that I'm this close, right? I got it all in the brains and not in the fucking, right? Like to be like we are evolving as a human species. And I feel like being bisexual is like the peak of it.
I also feel like gay men have, because they've been excluded from it, have managed to not adhere to all that like puritanical bullshit around sex.
Right.
Because first and foremost, we're excluded from it. And then we get to like kind of create our own system. And as much as I don't want to say it's 100% safe to be hooking up through these apps, just because there's always the danger of someone on the other end of anything having ulterior motives or bad motives of meeting up with you. But in general, it's much safer. Like whenever people are like, why don't straight people have that? I'm like, because straight men are predators.
Right.
It would never fucking work.
There was an article about how the state of Florida did use Sniffies. There was a sting.
Yeah, they'll go on Sniffies, see that there's 10 guys somewhere, and they'll show up too. I don't think that has happened that often, though.
It was in January 2025.
Oh, so it was very recent.
Yep. Authorities with the Nassau County Sheriff's Office arrested multiple people, including a former elected official, as part of a multi-phase operation. I loved it, and I'm happy for you all.
Yeah, another thing I also do like about Sniffies is the fact that because your face isn't in it, there's like a different level of communication, meaning like there isn't this like, oh, I have to respond because they're going to see me at tea and be like, that fucking asshole didn't respond to me. But also on the flip side, a lot of people don't respond to me.
Harrison,
you just can't be bent out of shape about it. It happens.
Oh, definitely. It happens. Yeah. And we don't care. They're not for you.
But I guess for me, it's like, I'm just like, I know I would be for you.
No.
I know we'd have a good time.
Well, that's just your top energy.
Yeah, like that's, I'm just very confident. I'm very good at what I do.
I understand that.
And
I do get
constantly reinforced.
I don't think anyone doubts that. The
people on Sniffies do, apparently.
Maybe.
I'm okay.
I can tell. Maybe they're not ready.
They know they can't handle it.
Speaking of, have you gone on any dates lately?
No.
Do you do that?
That's kind of impossible in Provincetown.
Yeah, is that why you're
Weird.
leaving?
Yes.
Yes,
It is
that
one
makes
of the
sense.
reasons. Yeah. I had this realization. I was working at the bar and I looked up and I saw this cute guy sitting at the bar and I had this realization that like, wow, when I live in San Francisco, I could see that guy at a bar and I could potentially talk to him and eventually possibly get to know him. But
Yeah.
like here, he's cute. He's sitting at the bar. He's gone in 2 days.
We live in 2025 where there's literally like number one airplanes. Have you ever heard of them?
I don't need that.
Okay.
I'm not doing long distance.
I
But although
think
it's
long distance is fantastic.
But even people, when guys come to Provincetown, they're not necessarily they're here to be on vacation, and
Vacation dick.
Yeah, it applies to so many things.
Right.
People are different when they're here than they are where they're from.
That's very true. Well, I'm excited that you're going to go into a land of so many dicks
Yeah, me too.
and people who live there with their dicks.
Yeah,
Oh, you know what we should talk about?
but
The Department of War?
and I saw them scraping the letters off the side of the wall.
As of September 2025, the United States Department of Defense has been authorized to use Department of War and Secretary of War as secondary non-statutory titles following an executive order signed by President Donald Trump. The Pentagon's official website was updated to reflect this change on the same day. It was renamed Department of Defense in 1949.
Because it was originally called the Department of War.
Yes, and then after World War II, they were like, you know what? We've been warring a lot.
Yeah, let's war less.
We should war less and say that we are not predators, but we will defend ourselves if necessary.
Yeah.
And so then Department of Defense came out. And our president believes that the name change projects strength and resolve and conveys a stronger message of readiness than Department of Defense. It's just such a tiny dick thing to do.
I also think it's like another thing for us to be up in arms about and shocked about, like we are being right now, while 1,000 other things happen that are worse. The war crimes against Venezuela, that what's going on with the Epstein files and the Epstein survivors speaking out this past week. Like,
I agree that it is a distraction, and generally I agree with you in this manner. Yes, it is that, but it is that in a way that just makes it harder for Americans out there in the rest of the world. Right? Like that it's one of those things that it's like gross and over the top and unnecessary. And like you said, you saw them scraping the letters off the building. Right? And so that does create a tone and a perception, and that's what he wants.
Yeah.
That
we are going to be aggressive.
We will be aggressive. And I just don't think that's going to end well for anybody, including future generations of Americans. Hopefully. In the same way that when India, China, and Russia got together, he was like, I hope they have a great meeting. We're like, you fucking idiot. Right. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't know enough to know about our war chest, and I'm sure it's substantial. But I'm also pretty sure that you don't need like 3 or 4 other countries with gigantic populations deciding you're the enemy.
Well, I mean, we're the bad guys, and the U.S. is the bad guys in most situations around the world. And the only thing that keeps us where we are is our massive military spending.
And to end on a high note, everybody, I do believe that it is a distraction, but I also just feel like such a gross symbolic message.
Yeah, and they wanted it to be gross. They wanted to piss us off. They wanted us to be mad about it.
Hegseth argues that restoring the name is about restoring America's warrior identity and focusing on lethality rather than just defense. Okay. Yeah, America's warrior identity. We're like 70 million adults in the US are obese. Okay, I'm just gonna fucking
warriors.
Warriors. Well, thank you for listening.
Yeah, by the time this comes out, we'll know all the teams that are in the playoffs. I just got a notification that the Fever did clinch their playoff spot.
Damn.
Yeah. No.
Also,
Caitlin Clark is out for the full season, including the playoffs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, also, this is coming out on Wednesday. Come to Fruit Basket tonight.
Ooh, it's the last one, right?
Last one. I'm gonna headline.
Word.
So I'm gonna do.
Do you usually just host?
I usually host.
Oh.
Andy and I were co-hosts, right? So I'll host some, he'll host some. Sometimes he hosts and I just do like a 10-minute set, and then I'll introduce the next comic. You know, we kind of like play with it a little bit.
Cute.
But for the last one, I tend to try to headline, and so I've been trying to work out some things that aren't completely hashed out, but they'll be fun and new, and some old favorites, and I'll do a full set. So if you like stand-up comedy,
how long is a full set? 10 minutes?
No, 30.
30 minutes?
Oh, yeah. Like a headliner would do like 45. Like that would like if I go on the road or whatever and I'm headlining, usually do like 45 minutes, but this will be like 25, 30. No, it's a whole skill set.
I don't doubt it. It's just a skill set I don't understand.
It's just talking. I always say
that's very hard.
I always say that stand-up comedy is just like the craziest thing because you ask people, just give me your money and I'll give you my ideas.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'll give you my thoughts. And if I do it well, something inside of you will release a positive chemical and you're going to equate that with me and that'll be worth the $20.
I'm always impressed how stand-up comedians, there's a flow to it.
Oh, yeah.
And there's also a skill in disrupting that flow because sometimes there is no flow and you have to jump from one idea to the next. And there's a skill to making that not feel awkward.
I always say it's like anything else, like the more you do it, the more comfortable you are doing it and like holding that space and knowing when to pivot and knowing when, like, I used to make really meticulous set lists and be like, this is bullet points of this, this, and this. And now, like, unless I'm like when I'm just doing my regular sets on Wednesday nights, 10, 15 minutes, whatever. But anyway, so come Wednesday, I will be a professional stand-up comedian closing out the show. And we'll be celebrating the end of our 5th season in Provincetown. So 5 years of stand-up comedy in P-Town. That's all.
Yeah. Thanks, Kristen.
All right. Love you.
Really.
All right.
Bye.
Queer is in.